Hey everyone, I'm Kai Down, and today I'm excited to be doing a full run through of the Amped Blockletter plugin. Full disclosure, I work for ML Sound Lab, so I am biased in that regard. However, I encourage you to make up your own mind about the tones you're hearing. This demo is intended to be a deep dive introduction to the plugin, as well as a full rundown of all of the features available. For the housekeeping in this demo, I'm running my Sully Guitars Baritone Elita, currently tuned to drop A sharp with Winspear's 11.5 to 62 gauge drop set. This string set is perfect for drop A sharp on a 27-inch scale guitar. This is because all of the strings are balanced tension, even with the drop tuning. The first thing you want to do when you boot up the plugin is tune your guitar, using the tuner on board Amped. This tuner is extremely precise. Now the next thing you want to do is set your input gain. The intended gain level for this plugin is so that the input gain light just starts to blink as you pick hard. Somewhere around 6 to 7 seems to be right for my guitar, however this is going to vary greatly depending on your guitar, your pickups and your interface. Another thing I want to talk about very quickly before we get into dialing in our own tones is the pedalboard section. This pedalboard section is particularly important for an amp such as this, where it really benefits from being boosted by the drive pedal. In the pedalboard section you've got a noise gate, a compressor, a drive, a chorus pedal, a reverb and a delay. The first amp we're going to hear is the 5555 lead channel. Let's first hear Mikko's Blockletter preset. Pretty aggressive. Now let's try out the Modern Chunk preset. The next preset we've got is Tight Gent. This is where the drive pedal starts to come into play and you get a really nice aggressive sound out of the amp. Virtue So So Solo is the name of the next preset, and this one's going to be a bit shreddy. You'll see this one takes advantage of the delay and reverb pedals. Next we've got Brown Sound, which I guess is probably going for a classic sort of Van Halen sound, though I am playing in drop A sharp. I'm now going to dial in my own tone for the 5555 lead channel. I liked where the Tight Gent preset was heading, so we're going to start there. I think maybe some more mids and a little bit more highs. I think we're probably going to need to turn the noise gate up a bit, but that's largely because I've got all of these lights running. Nice and clean. Now I'm going to see what the resonance knob is doing for this tone, and we'll see where we're going to set it. Okay, so definitely with the resonance turned up, for this guitar at least, makes it sound really aggressive and thick. I'd like to now invite you into our cabinet section. Click the cabinet tab at the bottom and you'll pull up 2 speakers. Each of these speakers has a microphone that you can place anywhere along one line of radius. So for this preset that Mikko's created, he's used the Mega 4x12 91 green on the left hand side and the Mega 4x12 oversize on the right hand side. The Mega green has got the dynamic 57 and the Mega oversize has got the dynamic 421. You'll see the mix slider is somewhere near the middle, so if we pull this all the way to the left hand side, you can hear just what the left speaker is doing. Now if we pull it all the way to the right, you'll hear what just the right speaker is doing. So starting with the right speaker, we've got 4 different mics available to us. The 57, the 121, the 160 and the 421. I personally like the 160 a lot, so we'll try that. You can angle the microphone using the scroll wheel on your mouse. I quite like this one angled somewhere towards the center, which lets you place it further away from the center of the speaker. You can also click and drag the microphone to pull it forwards or backwards. I'll pull it all the way back and then show you why I keep it close to the cabinet. Alright, so now we've got that one dialed in, let's go over to the 57. You can select 2 of the same speaker if you like, so we'll go oversize on both sides for this. So now that I've made a preset that I'm happy with, we're going to hit save and name it. That's everything for the 5555 lead channel. Let's move over to the crunch channel. The first preset of the crunch channel is this rock rhythm. Next is the hot-rodded British rock sound. Next is balanced crunch. Now it's crunch boosted to metal. This is pushing the crunch channel to its limits. You'll notice this is a bit drier and more articulate than the lead channel. Ambient crunch is going for that sort of post-rock sound. The last of the 5555 Crunch channels preset is Crunchy Rock. Now let's dial in our own preset from the 5555 Crunch channel. I quite like the ambient crunch preset, so let's do something in that vein. Now we're moving to the 5555 Clean channel. The first preset here is Sparkle Clean. Next is Pristine Clean. The next preset is the Modern Edge of Breakup. Now we've got Chorus Ambience. The next preset is called the Clean Channel Gents. I can't believe that. The next one is so clean it's called Freshly Bathed. Time to dial in my own preset for 5555 Clean. We're going to start with Chorus Ambience because I like that big lush sound. So before we get into what the 6666 amp is all about, I ought to mention the Vorna switch in the bottom right hand corner. This switch changes from the Vorna modelling engine to our Lite modelling engine. This can really cut some CPU if you're on a weaker machine. Now we're going to move over to the 6666 lead channel. We're back to high gain. The first preset is called 57 Prevails, and as you can see by the cabinet section, is because there's a single 57 on the Mega 4x12 oversized cabinet. Let's hear how this sounds. The next preset on the 6666 lead channel is 57 plus 57 equals 114. I'm going to guess if we have a look in the cabinet section, we're going to see two 57s this time. Now we've got boosted greenbacks. This is just going to be using the greenback speakers in the cabinet section. As you can see, we've got a 57 on one side and a 121 on the other. Next is the American Dream preset. This is the American high gain at its best. The last preset for the 6666 lead channel is Shredder's Revenge. Again, we're going to be back into the shred territory with this. Now let's dial in our own preset. I want to go for a 2000s metalcore vibe with this one, so we'll start with the 57 Prevails preset. Again, we're going to turn up the noise gate a bit. Okay, now we want to boost it with the drive pedal for that classic 2000s tone. Let's add some more of those mids back in, maybe boost the presence a touch, and pull the gain down. We're going to pull that noise gate up just a touch more. Right, now we're moving on to the 6666 Crunch channel. The first preset here is the 800 Exterminator. Now we've got Mix Cutter. This is going to be full of mids, a really nice punchy tone. Next is Metal Chores, so that is the classic 2000s metal sound, so you need the 578 for this. Here we go, we've got 5, 7, 8. Now we've got crunchy lead. Last is concrete ambience. Now let's dial in our own tone from the basis of the Mix Cutter preset. Let's try out this bright switch. I usually like to leave this one pushed in, but we'll hear what it sounds both ways. Now let's move over to the cabinet section again. We've got the Mega 4x12 oversides and the Mega 91 green here. I'm going to switch right over to the green. Now also on the green, I want to dial in a 1-2-1 mic for some thickness. Now let's blend them together. Okay, so we've made it to the final amp of the plugin. We've got the 6666 clean amp. The first preset here is the Glassy Clean. Now is the Gritty Breakup. Now we've got Fluff's clean tone. Fluff famously loves clean tones that sound just like this. Next is the Complex Chord Beautifilizer. Final channel for the block letter plugin is the Fat Chorus Clean. I think we're going to use this one as the basis to build my own preset off. I like it, but it sounds a little bit dull to me. So there we go, there is all of the stock presets and my own preset for every single one of the channels in this plugin. Finally, I wanted to talk about the MIDI control of this plugin. I wanted to throw this one at the very end of the video because this one's really for the nerds that want to stick around and really dive deep into what this plugin can do. So the first thing to mention here is that the presets are all controlled via program changes. So program change 0 to program change 9 will be the first 10 presets of the first channel of the amp. 10 to 19 will be the first 10 presets of the second channel of the amp, and so on and so on. I've configured my foot switch controller to switch between PC3 and PC33. So as you can see, I've got my MIDI controller here. The PC3 button will change over to the 5555 lead channels tight gent preset. And then as we press the PC33 button, this changes over to the American Dream preset. Now, when we're in the actual MIDI tab, you'll see that there are different options for delay on and reverb on. Now, these are ones I also want to configure. I've got my MIDI controller set up for CC1 and CC2. So we'll head over to the MIDI tab, we'll scroll down just a touch so that we can see delay on, we'll change this to CC1, and then we'll change the reverb on to CC2. Now, with the controller again, we've got delay on, and we've got reverb on. Let's configure these how we like them. Okay, so now I've got everything set up, I can literally just press the foot switches and it will turn on the delay and reverb pedals. You can mess about with the MIDI tab yourselves. There's so many different things you can do with it that I didn't really want to cover every single one of them in this video since it was already quite long. With that being said, that is everything I've got to show you for the brand new Amped Block Letter plugin. Please let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. There'll be a link in the description box if you'd like to check out the trial version for yourself. But other than that, until next time, thank you so much for watching. I've been Kai.